know what a really good seg is that we have found?
Huh.
Well, it's nowhere near accurate to the timer, please, in the lower right corner of the screen. Now, it's nowhere near accurate with the time. You know, this says 15 minutes. It's called the first 15. But remember, first 15 means scripted plays.
That's right.
Yeah.
His first 15 plays of the drive.
His ball.
Nobody's saying, hey, first 15 plays that need to be like in the first minute and a half or 2 minutes of the game. No, because that drive might extend. First 15 plays driven by Ram, which whenever you hit the gas pedal in one of those Ram trucks, the only sweet sound that you can hear is Ram. We ride on clouds, obviously, and we're floating on clouds whenever we get a chance to talk about ball for the first 15 scripted plays of the program that has gone 42 minutes. But let's go ahead and hit that clock, start that clock right about now. Top 5 headlines from NFL Week 9 Sunday slate. Well, the NFL found its fastball, did they not? 9 out of the 12 games in yesterday's slate were one-score games. Remember, this follows a historically ass weekend for the NFL. The NFL only had one outcome last weekend that was within a one-score game. It was the worst weekend of NFL football since 1970. That's 55 years. Then Thursday night goes the way that it goes, and all of a sudden you're kind of shit-talking the NFL offices. You guys might have lost it. First time in 55 years now. You guys going to go back-to-back? No. Are you guys turning into soccer?
No.
Is that what's happening to the NFL? And then all of a sudden the NFL calls back and says, we up, baby. What a week. What a slate. Let's go to Bengals, Bears. Now, this one was absolute insanity. Let's head right to an onside kick here. 41-35. The Bengals had just scored to make this a one-score game. Need an onside kick. McPherson goes to bend one back. It's not going to go 10 yards. It doesn't matter. Touches the foot of a Bears player. Bengals recover. Joey Flack has a chance to bring them back because this guy gave a toe tap to the ball. Bengals rock. Joey Flack's got it now. Hold on. Everybody understands what's about to take place. Joey Flack walks him down the field. Maybe too fast. Maybe too fast. Delivers an absolute seed to Andre Yosivach. Incredibly cool tatted man. T. Higgins had massive game. Jamar, massive. Chase Brown, massive. Yosivach, massive game. No punts. This team, unstoppable. Nope. I don't think so. You can't give Caleb Williams 50 seconds and one timeout. Caleb marches down the field. 3rd and 10, we pick up on his own 28, scrambling, doing some Caleb shit. This man walked in to the NFL with the ability to electrify. People were calling him maybe the next Mahomes. Had we seen it yet? No. There he picks up a huge first down, continues the drive. Now in zone 42, 1st and 10, 25 seconds left. No timeouts. We just spent it. What's he going to do with it? How about the first tight end drafted? Coast and Loveland over the middle. 1 tackler, 2 tackler, no tacklers, gone! Coast and Loveland scores a game-winning touchdown after nobody decides to cover him or tackle him in the most important part of the game, the final minute of the fourth quarter, and the Chicago Bears steal a dub in Cincinnati away from Joey Flack and the Bengals. What a drive by Caleb Williams. Now, a lot of people are going to say that Bengals defense is ass.
Oh, man, certainly.
A lot.
The worst.
A lot of guys on that defense saying, please, for the love of God, can you get me out of here?
Yeah, there are.
4 guys in the last 6 months, trade me, okay? Not happening a lot.
No.
Normally it's like agents and teams behind the scenes having conversations. Now it's being made public. Boom, get me the hell out of town. Boom, get me the hell out of town. Boom, I'm not signing this contract. That's kind of how it's been for the Bengals on the defensive side, let alone with Trey Hendrickson whenever this whole thing started, draft Super Bowl Radio Row. I mean, here in the history of the NFL, allowing 160 on the ground and 260 through the sky, one of those or the other is going to be a glaring weakness. People are going to attack it. Well, the Bengals defense says actually we'll do both. Let's go ahead and let them do both. Hey, you have it your way around here.
Yeah.
Hey, you can have it your way. You want to go on the ground, be the fucking best in the league? You got it. You want to go through the sky, be the best in the league? You got it. And it's almost as if this was predictable. Was this predictable?
Well, I mean,
Huh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Then the whole conversation in the offseason was you pay 2 number ones, which they are.
Yes. Very good.
If T. Higgins would have went to another team to be their number one, he would be by far the number one. And Jamar, same exact.
For sure.
Unbelievable. Pay Joey Burrow. Now he's hurt. Got Joe Flacco. Good news.
Yeah.
He'd come here and kind of do the
crushing it.
same thing. He's absolutely crushing it. Pay him. Okay, can you win like that? Everybody was saying going into the year. Everybody was saying your defense wasn't good. What'd you do on that side? He said, we got a new DC. Has the guy really ever done? We got a new DC.
See how good Notre Dame's defense was last year?
Cincinnati.
Has he ever? We got a new DC. Don't worry about it. And they've just been ass. And everybody that saw the way they built their team going into the season says, yeah, it's almost as if every football person told you that's not how you can actually win football games in football, especially in 2025 when the Eagles just proved that what you need to do is run the ball, stop the run. And the Bengals said, we'll be able to throw it, though.
A lot.
And we might not be able to stop the run or the pass, which is what stats are saying. But that defensive side was glaring weakness going into season, and now it's turning into kind of biting them in the ass. And on that note, Caleb Williams, okay.
Yeah.
Can't leave Caleb that much time.
No, at it.
Can't leave Caleb that much time. Because he has the first tight end drafted right there down the middle. Good for Colson Loveland.
Oh, yeah.
Big day.
Big day for Colson Love, especially videos coming out of training camp. You know, where he's singing and the boys going crazy.
Yep.
Then in the locker room, as soon as he gets a game ball, I don't know if you saw the defense. Everybody went crazy for him. It's like, wow, they love this guy in there. It is very cool. That's a good culture-building win for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, not to mention Ben Johnson's finding the 5 in his pocket. That was incredible.
awesome.
I mean, you talk about coaches that have a sense of humor. After a victory, Ben Johnson, one of one, knocked that out of the park.
Yeah, we like, and I appreciate the fact that he's super intense.
Yes.
And the boys know that. So in a couple moments in the post-game speech, Ben Johnson, his delivery pretty intense. Boys know it's a lightful moment. So you go, hey, yeah, yeah. A lot of those from the boys there, you know, kind of keeping it light. Feels like they have built their culture. At the beginning, this was what appeared to be a train wreck. Wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
His mindset, Caleb's mindset, the building's mindset, this isn't going to work. And all anybody wondered is, how is this guy the belle of the ball for coaching? And why would he go to Chicago? It feels like the complete opposite of what he would want. How's this ever going to work? And here they are. It's working.
Yeah.
Congrats to the Chicago Bears making a great play. Now, huge win over the Bengals. That was just one of the incredible finishes around the NFL. Let's go to the Panthers upsetting the Packers. 7-6, third quarter. Ass game to watch. Rico Dowdell, the Rico Act says, hold on, only two. And, one, two. All right, that's good. No worries, right? Turn the sound on, please. The ref said actually personal foul. Super unsportsmanlike.
Yep. Come on.
That's 15 yards. They backed that extra point up, 15. They missed that extra point.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of a sudden the double pump actually starts affecting. Oh no, I thought that was okay. Well, Key and Peele said it was okay. I don't know if this said NFL ref said it was okay. We all believe that 2 is good, 3 way too much. These refs said 1, 2. We want none.
Come on.
Okay, we want none of the hip thrust. Nonetheless, 13-13. Packers are able to make it a tie ball game. Let's go to Bryce Young, 2nd and 10, 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. When Bryce was coming out into the NFL draft, they said this dude's the Steph Curry of this draft, an absolute steal. Well, he finds the Irish Goose, Tyrone McMillan, wide ass open. Good first down. Let's go to 2nd and 10 now. Later, give it to Rico Dowdell. This dude is unstoppable.
Yeah.
Ty might be the best player to ever play football.
Yeah, certainly the best player in the NFL this year by far. But yes, I think you could argue he's the best football player of all time.
So they find themselves into field goal territory. Ryan Fitzgerald from 49. Give me that. 48 was the extra point that he missed earlier. 49 was the game winner. And the Carolina Panthers beat the Green Bay Packers in a walk-off in Lambeau. What a moment, what a time. And Ty, the Panthers are a good football team.
Yeah, I mean, they dominated this game, or controlled it. Dominated, I guess, is one way of saying it, because it was a one-score game and it took a field goal to beat them. But I think the Packers only had 3 possessions in the first half. They just knew exactly what they needed to do to win. They knew it was potentially going to come down to a field goal. And on the flip side, you know, the Packers, once again, special teams kind of kills them, whereas special teams could have killed the Panthers. But what a kick by rookie Ryan Fitzgerald. It was massive. And when he was lining up for it, every Packers fan knew there was a 0% chance that he was going to miss that.
Let's go to the next game in the NFC North. Vikings, Detroit Lions, fourth quarter, 141. Lions only have 1 timeout. First down wins it. J.J. McCarthy in a bucket to Naylor. J.J. scored a touchdown on the ground. He threw a couple. J.J. had some inaccurate passes where he missed like by 10 yards.
Yep.
And then whenever the moment's the biggest, J.J. locks in and makes a play. His teammates love him. Okay, all the way back from high school. IMG, they loved him. College at Michigan, they loved him. And in Minnesota, they love him. He comes into the locker room, boys go crazy. I think his leadership is one of the aspects of him that makes everybody say he is the guy in Minnesota. I think he acts like a guy. They treat him like a guy. And on the field, he's able to win these games. And he has so much up and to the right. I mean, if he takes the trajectory Josh Allen took in the offseason, and I know we're comparing a lot of people to Josh Allen, and we saw Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That is what you're looking for. But if he takes the trajectory of Josh Allen in these offseasons, he gets more accurate. If he's able to get a little bit more accurate, especially with his leadership and his work ethic that everybody says, if he's able to stay healthy, it's like JJ, hey, all of a sudden you start looking at that draft class, and it's like,
holy shit.
That might be the best draft class of all time.
Yeah.
Go ahead, comment.
Yeah, and he's a sicko. Like when Kevin O'Connell's giving him the game ball after in the locker room, like after they walk in and everything, like him losing his mind before getting the game ball, awesome. The team reacting to him doing that was really cool, and just him living up to the moment. Like how many times in the last 2 years have teams gone into Detroit and beaten them? Like we talked about the Lions being 13-3 in primetime games since the MCDC era has started. Like typically the Lions rise to the occasion. The fact that they did it, especially since we were kind of, at least I was kind of talking a bit of junk about him not playing last week when Carl Wentz had a baby on the way and one arm. Like for him to show up like that was incredible.
27-24, 27 points against the Detroit Lions team. Now, and it wasn't the prettiest. There was some blocked kick. There was a blocked kick. There was a turnover. You get it. There was good field position. But J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota get a win over the Detroit Lions, which is crazy to think about, especially to your point, Connor, about the convo about J.J. Here's a little stat from Hembo here. 9+ point underdogs this season. Weeks 1 through 8, they were 0-10. Week 9, they were 2-2. Carolina and Minnesota netted the 2 largest upsets of the season just yesterday.
Wow.
Congrats to the Panthers. Damn good football team.
Damn good football team.
J.J. McCarthy might be a for real NFL dude. Seems like every moment he needs to step in, he does. Congrats to the Vikings for them. And then the Jags and the Raiders go to overtime. Trevor Lawrence scores a touchdown on their first drive. So that's a big deal. Congratulations to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They kick an extra point. They scored on their first drive. They're up 7. Now the Raiders get a chance to answer. They go down. Are they going to be able to score? 19 seconds left in overtime. They score a touchdown. Down 1. Could opt to kick the extra point. They say, for the good of football, we're going for 2.
Love it.
We love that move. Ultimately, it gives them a loss, though. Instead of having a 1 at the end, Raiders decide to go for 2. Pete Carroll says, he was open. For the good of ball, they went for 2. And to that, we say thank you, Raiders.
Yeah, thank you.
No more ties.
And congrats to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not only a huge win, but also Cam Little, this kicker out of Arkansas, drafted last year in the 6th round, has hit a 68-yard field goal in a regulation football game. He hit from 70 in preseason. And this dude, Little, hits big-ass balls. I mean, he is so incredibly impressive. Obviously, he had to drive it a little bit, they say, for the side angle. Didn't get blocked. Wasn't even close getting blocked. A lot of guys had their arms up, obviously, from 68. That thing would have been good from 71, 72 yards. Unbelievable kick. And obviously, we talk about Aubrey a lot. Cam Little hits massive balls. I mean, this dude just murders balls. In the new K-ball institution that we're in right now, guys are hitting these long balls at a more accurate clip than they ever have. Guys are also attempting it more than they ever have before. And for those that are sleeping under a rock and maybe don't know this, the kickers are allowed to bring the balls to the game now. Used to come out of a box, have a 30-minute session on when you're allowed to break it down, so it was a little beat up, but it wasn't too beat up. Now, just like quarterbacks, kickers are allowed to bring their own balls, have to pass an inspection for how hard it is, obviously the amount of pressure in there, and then what it looks like. And then guys now have gone 7 for 11 from 60 push.
Crazy.
And a 68-yard field goal has been hit, and everybody's just assuming that a 70-yarder is on the way. So right now, Cam Little has the record, but I think for the first time in the history of ball, it's not safe.
Oh, yeah.
I do not think it's safe, especially if you get a situation at the end of half. Okay, let's go to the number 4 headline as we got 132 left, and we're through the first headline here. Injuries, we don't like them.
No, we don't.
At all.
Hate them, actually.
We despise them.
Trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
A lot,
times.
yeah.
Multiple times. Joe Alt, obviously, legend for that Chargers team. The way they play with him and without him, a little bit different. He leaves the game with an ankle. Travis Hunter last Friday was listed on the IR after getting hurt in Thursday's practice with a knee. Obviously, T's and P's to all these dudes. We're pulling for them, but these are electrifying, very important players. On that note, Jaden Daniels last night up 38-7. It dislocates his elbow, it appears, and who knows what else whenever it comes out of testing. But that was nasty, especially for a guy that is as important to the game of football in the NFL right now as he is. Jaden is a big deal for football. We all like the way he plays. We all love watching him. They obviously didn't play their best game. They're down by a lot. He's on the field. Why is he on the field? If he's not on the field, though, people saying he's not going down with the ship. He ends up getting hurt. Don't love to see that. Tucker Kraft, we were just singing his praises literally last week for taking over a game. He exits with a knee. And then obviously C.J. Stroud got a concussion as well. Marshawn Lattimore and Luke McCaffrey, both from the Commanders, also get hurt. Broken collarbone for Luke. Lattimore has a knee. Michael Hoyt, Bills linebacker, out. Michael Williams for the 49ers. I mean, this was a week that was a lot of big names, a lot of injuries, and we hate them.
Hate them.
The worst.
Hate them.
All right, now we have 3 more headlines still to go. Let's go to number 3 headline. The NFC West is a problem.
Yeah.
Listen, now, obviously, tonight the Cardinals will play against the Cowboys. They have a losing record. Let's leave them out of this particular conversation, even though, hey, a lot of football left.
That's right.
A lot of football left. Who knows what they're going to have to do. Matthew Stafford's number 4 right now in the MVP conversation. Okay, Matthew Stafford currently, odds are 4th to win the MVP. He's been put. Puka Nakua's back. Okay, Puka Nacua scoring touchdowns. Puka Nacua actually commented in our Instagram to one of his numerous highlights that were posted, and he said, just trying to be good enough to get back on the program, Moose. And we'd like to let you know, Puka, you're welcome anytime. What a perfect superstar for Los Angeles Puka Nacua is. He's a dog, he's tough, and he's got a quarterback thrown to him that isn't scared to break NFL records. If you look at the wide receivers with the best seasons throughout the history of the NFL, you're going to see the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, next to the guys that are doing that. He's a special talent. He and I were drafted in the same year. He was number 1 overall, got like $175 million guaranteed.
Yep.
I was drafted number 222. I got $47,000, which wasn't enough to pay off the Cadillac Escalade. Okay, so it's a little different life. But what he has been able to accomplish, especially with Kershaw, his high school teammate, or
battery
best
mate,
friend,
if
whatever
you will.
it is, and the baseball team just wins his last World Series. The fact that Stafford looks the way he looks and is still doing what he's doing, insane. And then Davante Adams, the amount of touchdowns that he has that are in close distance. Yeah. So, the Eagles are doing the tush push whenever they're down there. You know what the Rams do? They do Davante, get open. And Matthew Stafford is just delivering him. Distance of each touchdown in the last 2 years: 3 yards, 4 yards, 2 yards, 1 yard, 1 yard. Unguardable. Remember, all anybody talks about is his get off, how he doesn't even have to use his hands. He's able to shake everybody. They used to do this with Gronk, the Patriots. Anytime they were down the red zone, let's just go ahead and get Gronk one-on-one, and then you got a 2-way go, 3-way go, whatever the hell you want to do, Gronk, we're just going to wait on it. Right now, they got Davante one-on-one down here, and they have to do that because they got Puka and other weapons. Davante, always the number 1, normally going to have 2 people on him, especially in the red zone area. Now, with where he is on that roster, Davante's getting one-on-ones down there. And all you got to do is just let Davante cook, basically, and Stafford's just waiting on him. Offensive line has to be able to block for half a second, not even. As soon as Davante's loose, we get it. And it's an easy go. Brilliant by Sean McVay. And if you cover him, Davante, it's all right. We got Puka over here on the other side, and we'll see how it all goes. So, I mean, the NFC West, not only them, Niners get a huge San Francisco 49ers of Mac Jones. Mac Jones playing really good.
Yeah.
Now, their defense obviously very dinged up. We have no idea what the defense is going to be able to be long-term, and also trade deadline tomorrow. The San Francisco 49ers are always a pretty active squad whenever it comes to making moves to try to better their team. And this Mac Jones, Christian McCaffrey, obviously otherworldly. Okay, I saw Jackson Dart run one in. I saw a couple of touchdowns for this Giants team. And obviously, this Giants team looks different now than he did just a few weeks ago with the loss of Scadaboo. And obviously, the Niners look different now than they did a few weeks ago with the loss of Fred Warner and everybody else. But Mac Jones playing quarterback looks more than capable to be leading this San Francisco 49ers team. And they get a huge win against the New York Giants, Tone Diggs.
Yeah, Mac has looked incredible stepping in for Brock Purdy. Like, to have him as their backup in this situation to get them to 6-3, like if you would have looked at all their injuries, so like if you would have put that, hey, Niners are going to lose all these people, Mac's going to be the quarterback. What's their record? We never would have gave them 6-3
at all. And here's the Giants' defense to that point. The last 2 games, Week 8 versus Saquon, he had 18 touches, 174 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Week 9, Christian McCaffrey, 33 touches. He's the guy. 173 yards and 2 touchdowns. Giants' defense need to figure out how the hell they're going to cover their running back.
Yeah.
We need a linebacker that can run, it sounds like, is what we're looking for in New York. Trade deadline day. Maybe some buyers at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be buyers, but it was like we didn't know Christian McCaffrey was on the 49ers. Just a complete embarrassment.
That's the life of a Giants fan, living alongside Bruce. And then, obviously, last night was just a show of the NFC West. This Seahawks team is a problem. Across the board.
They're wagging, dude.
Leonard Williams is, 6'9"? Did you see him running?
So big.
He chased down Jaden Daniels last night. And I was just like, there's no way that's Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams has been around a long time.
Yeah.
And he looks phenomenal. Had no idea he's spear fishing, okay? They're saying he's going down for 5 minutes at a time. This guy can hold his breath for 5 minutes as he's free water fishing out there. Held a tuna the size of him up on the screen. This is how they're filling time late. Leonard Williams is a fisherman, a free diving fisherman. I think they said 80 feet, 5 minutes holding his breath.
That's crazy.
I think they said on Leonard Williams.
Pressure.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I think Collinsworth said, I scuba dive down there. And he said even that is obviously a little scary. Couldn't imagine going down there without a tank. But on that note, they got talent everywhere. They got dogs everywhere. Them talking about how Jackson Smith and Jigba this offseason said, I want to be the best wide receiver in football. And McDonald said, well, this is how we work. And then him just buying in and doing it. Sam Darnold, this guy was let out of the building, obviously, in Minnesota. I think it's because J.J. McCarthy's leadership abilities. I genuinely believe that. I think there's 2 alphas in the building. Everybody's like, well, why don't you let J.J. kind of watch somebody? I think J.J.'s pretty big alpha. I think JJ is a alpha personality, at least, and leader, and kind of everybody gravitates towards him. So I think it would be tough to kind of have a starter in there with him. So Sam Darnold heading to Seattle, what a move for them. And they're special. Always winning on the road. Always winning on the road. And I like the cut of their jib out there a lot. And we all know Seattle, especially if their fans are all in, which it feels like they are and should be, is impossible to play at.
Yeah.
This Seahawks team is very special.
Well, and very cool for Mike McDaniel and the Seahawks to be good last year and then be good last year and then make a change. Like Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks with DK, they were good. And then instead of kind of just riding that out, see what happens, they say, hey, look, Sam Darnold's better. Jackson Smith and Jigba, he needs to get the ball more. I mean, Sam Darnold threw 2 touchdowns to a guy named Torrey Horton. I get it. I probably should have known who that guy was. I didn't going into the game.
That's a good touchdown parlay builder there.
Oh, man. Not to mention the third string tight end he threw a touchdown to, number 82, Wilson. No idea who that is either.
What a touchdown parlay builder.
It would have been dynamic, but I mean, Arroyo here, AJ Barner, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jackson Smith and Jigba didn't even score, and they still put up 38 points. The Seattle Seahawks are awesome to watch.
Yeah, the Commanders fans said they're beating an elementary team.
Yep.
They're beating an elementary team. And here's a guy that Connor was talking about.
White, excuse me, not Wilson. I'm sorry.
Mr. White had a W in.
Wilson White.
Steelers actually cut him this year.
What's that?
Steelers actually cut him this year.
Mr. White?
Yeah.
Okay, so he looks like he's found a good home out there in Seattle then. Congrats to the Seahawks and the NFC West. We'll see the Cardinals tonight as they take on, obviously, the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go to the number 2 headline from the weekend. The Bills beat down the Chiefs, okay? And everybody's going to say, well, the Bills, they beat the Chiefs again in the regular season. You can't beat them in postseason. Well, it's like, well, what are the Bills supposed to do? Lose in the regular season? It's much better to win than it is to lose in these games. And if you watch the way this game went, boy, that Bills team beat the hell out of Patrick Mahomes. I mean, there was a string there of 3-4 straight plays where Patrick was just taking huge shots. It's like this Bills team has a little bit of a different attitude, maybe. They seem to be the ones that want to be the aggressors. They're the ones that want to be tougher. They beat Dahn, the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that is a little bit alarming if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And also, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, it's like, hey, hold on now. We got a little bit of an edge, feels like this team has. You got Josh Allen, obviously, on the offensive side, so you're going to be great on the offensive side of the ball, you would assume. Defense thumping this Kansas City Chiefs team as much as they did, and obviously making plays all over the place and getting a huge win. Great for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, great for the Buffalo Bills, but like you're saying, if you're a Chiefs fan, you're just holding your breath every single time you're watching Mahomes play now. We've talked about it the last couple weeks about him running the ball and kind of get smacked around more. It's like, obviously this game isn't the end-all, be-all for them because there is a good chance they see each other in the playoffs. But boy, Patrick Mahomes needs to take care of himself. We can't have that guy getting hurt and missing a good chunk of time over the next couple weeks.
Here's some Hembo stats out of the Bills-Chiefs game. Patrick Mahomes versus this Bills defense, 44% completion percentage, which is a career low. I think he had to go back to college since he had a completion percentage below 50%. 13.1 average depth of target is his career high. Nobody was getting open, just kind of throwing around. Yeah. He threw for 444 air yards and 69 yak. Nothing easy underneath, says Hembo. Little anecdote, he says. And they hit him a career high 15 times. Flawless plan and execution from the Buffalo Bills defense, says Hembo. They literally beat them Dahn.
Yeah, and they had Ed Oliver out. Their best defensive lineman, highest paid defensive lineman, wasn't even playing, and they had all that pressure. It was awesome.
Good for the Bills. Maybe this is the year.
Could be.
Hey, maybe this is the year for the Buffalo Bills. Good to see a Bosa cooking out there. And then number one headline from the weekend is turn back the clocks an hour. Yeah, right. About 11 years.
Hell yeah.
Look at the AFC leaders. Colts, Patriots, Broncos, Steelers. That's 2025. Let's go back to 2014, shall we? Boom! Wow. Who's up there?
Damn.
Old school
So cool.
tradition. 11 years ago. Now, did I choose to take this angle for the number one headline so that I could show? Go back 2025, please. Boom! The Colts still number one. Let's make sure we understand that. Okay, let's make sure we understand that. Tough loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Great
Good team.
But the Pittsburgh Steelers currently leading the AFC North, which is why they're seeded in fourth, although others might have a couple more wins than them, including the Buffalo Bills, who are 6-2, who have already had their bye. New England Patriots lead the AFC East. The Denver Broncos lead the AFC West. And Pittsburgh Steelers and Indianapolis Colts got the North and the South, respectively. It's like this is old school football all of a sudden. And this Broncos team, hey.
Dude.
Denver Broncos are a real deal. Going into the season, the Broncos were some Super Bowl favorites. Some Super Bowl, what's it called? Whenever you're like, people love you. Darlings, Super Bowl darlings by a lot of fans. And the Denver Broncos get a huge win over the Houston Texans down in Houston with a walk-off from Will Lutz. And there was a moment before this kick between Sean Payton, head coach of the Broncos, and Will Lutz. Hey, right through. Man, a little smile.
That's awesome.
I love everything about it because you have to think to yourself, hey, the head coach has got to really get along with the kicker if this is what he's saying to him right before. A little bit of a violent motion. Don't know exactly what he said. Just say, hey, Will, hey, look at me. Fucking, yeah. We need to make this one.
Do it.
We need to make this one. Will Lutz makes the kick. Will Lutz now, under Sean Payton, because he was with him at the New Orleans Saints. Sean Payton brings him up to Denver. Sean Payton and Will love it. 14 of 16. And clutch field goals under Sean Payton. It's all the way back to the Saints.
Pretty good.
Game tying or go-ahead field goals in the final 2 minutes of regulation plus OT. Yeah, I think Sean Payton has a lot of faith, and he's just reminding Will, hey, you're going out there to make this thing. Let's remember that. Smile. Will says you got it. Broncos back in a position where it's like, wait, is this the Broncos team that we all thought it was going to be? Is this the Broncos team that can go win a Super Bowl? Sean Payton has been able to do it in the past. Can he do it again, rebuilding it in his own image? Crazy to think about in Denver.
And the top four is incredible, but if you were to go back to 2014 and look at those top four teams, the wild card teams are nowhere near how good the wild card teams are now. You're looking at that, and you're damn near worried if you're the 2 seed or the 3 seed or the 4 seed, just because, hey, Chiefs are there, Bills are there, Chargers are there. Like, there are a lot of really, let alone the Ravens, if they continue to play well. Like, the bye this year might be the most important bye the AFC has had in a long time.
Yeah, and then who's already out of it?
Yeah.
Who's out of it that we think might be in it? There's some teams that might not be able to catch some of these teams. I'll be fascinated to see how the AFC falls. And also, congratulations to the Steelers and the Patriots.
And the Colts.
Tough one for me to be able to celebrate the Colts, but still number one in the AFC out here.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it.